So hi everyone, welcome to the podcast. Today we have here today with us the founder of Decode Age, Darshit. Hi Darshit, welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
So tell us about what problem is Decode Age trying to solve exactly.
Yes, Twinkle, Decode Age is trying to solve one of the most complex biological problems ever. We have so far understood that, okay, there are big diseases like cancer and type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular problems, but these are just small problems when you consider aging, because aging is the eventual cause of these 9 chronic diseases. If we solve this big problem, then automatically I'm not saying the cancer is a small problem, but then it could be dealt to a very big extent just by solving the aging problem.
Correct. And when did you realize that this problem could become a viable business? That when did you think that to convert a problem to come up with a solution and then convert it into a business?
So I have always been in the healthcare and the drug design side of everything, and I have dealt with very peculiar problems like inflammation and other diseases. What I realized is that aging is a problem, there is an existing problem, and there are a lot of technologies which could be applied to this problem. But there was just need of a fresh perspective. There was a need for us to realize that, okay, existing technologies can be used to solve this problem, just with a twist, just with a different outlook, is what we are doing currently.
Correct. So I see that you are 3 founders for Decode Age. So how did you find the right team? How did you meet the right people? Do you have any advice for the new startup founders?
Of course. So for me, I always came from a scientific technical background. I was a nerd for longest time of my life. I did not know anything about business. So the first thing I wanted to realize is who has the complementary skill to take this to the market, to explain it to the people and to make it market ready. And Parth was someone I always knew, and we have had a lot of futuristic conversations. He's a serial entrepreneur, he knows the tech. So I approached him and he got aligned with me on that idea. So I think that was very important, alignment. We had a series of conversations where he actually got passionate about this field and subject. And he was always a yogi, so he knew how to, deal with health, and he wanted to deal with health. So I think complementary skill worked out there. And what worked out there was the alignment and the passion. The third co-founder, Rakesh, actually joined us coincidentally in one of the meetings where he eavesdropped on the conversation. And we realized after meeting him that in 2018, he actually tweeted that he wanted to make sickness a choice and make 100 years of health a reality. And it just aligned. So I think passion, alignment and complementary skills, these 3 things we should always look for in co-founders.
So you're here at this event seeking for funds. So I would want to ask, of course, you're not here just for the money, but you expect a lot of things from the investors. So what are the things that you are looking for from the investors?
So investor for us is not always money, because money market will provide. The investors bring in value. If they are in the same field, if they have a similar vision to us, that really creates a very good synergy within the company and work towards a common goal. Secondly, if investors come purely with a mindset of money and profit and business, then there's a certain kind of detachment from the founders. What we are looking from an investor is they come to us as a team, they join the founding team, not as a founder, but as someone who can align with our vision and then take this forward together with us.
So you're very selective about who you want investments from.
If not selective, we will be very keen on getting someone on board who can really align to our vision and solve, who thinks aging can be solved, and not just because they want to make money out of this problem.
How do you figure the addressable market of yours? Is it because of course not everyone, you cannot cater to everyone's problem, so how do you figure out that?
So I think we are moving towards the target audience kind of a thing.
Correct.
So in fact, there's a very common saying in Decode Age with all the employees will say that the journey for longevity should begin yesterday. Why? Because in India, the mentality is like until and unless you feel that first sign of deterioration in health or aging, you are not concerned about it. In fact, our parents only say, "Abhi tu jawan hai, ye kha le, wo kha le." But that shouldn't be the case. If you want to live a long, healthy life, if you want to avoid diseases at a very age of 40 or 50, you have to start taking up that journey at least 25 or 30. Because once you get oriented towards your health, you will realize how your biology actually works and how you can optimize it to make it the best in the world.
Correct. So what are your goals with Decode Age exactly?
So we have two different goals. One is for education, because a lot of this research has been happening throughout the world in the last 10 years. But it was quite surprising that when I came back to India, no one actually knew about it. So education is the first bit. If people get educated that okay, long and healthy life is possible, then that mentality will automatically erase. The mentality that चलो 60 की साल पे तो मर ही जाना है या उसके बाद तो disease ही आनी है, that mentality is wrong. It is changed, and it is time that India is educated, aware, and adopts that ideology. And secondly is of course the research. There's a lot of research happening outside, and there are hardly any Indian institutions participating in it. Our goal is to bring the research from outside and make India educated, while at the same time research in India and take it to the global level and leave our mark as a country at the global stage.
And lastly, what do you think about the event?
Well, the event has been exceptionally good. Like, I have spent 18 years of my life in Surat, the first 18 years. And when I went out and I explored a couple of cities, I thought that okay, Surat does not have the exposure. But yesterday when I was sitting in that room and the kind of people that came across into a single room in Surat, that was just mind-blowing. You cannot underestimate any person that's standing in
Correct.
this event today, and that is just exceptionally good. We are happy that Surat is actually going to the global level when it comes to startups.
मैंने भी यही सोचा. So thank you Darshit for being here.
Thank you Twinkle and the team 21/72.